Welcome to the United Racing Network. My name is Andrew Spears. I'm joined tonight by Rob McDonald, and we're here with J2i here at where is it, Rob? I kind of butchering the name.
Hungaroring.
The Hungaroring. That's in Hungary, Budapest, Hungary. So a long flight from Charlotte last night. But how are you doing tonight, Rob?
I'm not doing too bad, a little jet lagged, but I'm excited to see these. Well, let's just put it this way. You know, I'm a Porsche man, and every car out here is a Porsche.
That's right. Now, some of the viewers just see us go live and like, wait a minute, it's not Tuesday night. What's up? Well, over the course of the last 2 weeks, we've been in discussion with this league to come aboard as a broadcaster for the remaining part of their season. And what's good about this league is they actually host, altering each week, they host two separate racing events. They have the Sprint Series and the Endurance Series, and they alternate one another. Now, the Sprint Series is strictly just Porsches tonight. And they do a 40-minute session and a 20-minute session. So like a 20-minute heat and 40-minute session. And explain the points a little bit, Rob.
Let me just get those pulled up there. So we do apologize because this is brand new to us, so we're just going to grab those here. So what we're looking at is for the sprints, essentially the points are cut in half. So instead of, 35 points for the feature winner, you're only going to get 14, and it drops down from there. So right now nobody has points. From what I've been told, so we'll start those up next week, so that we can have those updated for you guys. But yeah, I'm excited because now the sprint, as you said, we're just Porsches, but the endurance races, they're the GT3 class and the LMP2s,
multi-class racing. Coming to our channel brand new. We've never done that before, so that's going to be interesting in itself. And with it being endurance racing, Rob, how long are we lasting?
Approximately 2 hours.
Wow.
So 1.5 to 2 hours.
It's definitely
so there are
some
some. Yeah, I mean, I know I wouldn't be able to do that. That's
we'll just call it United Racing Network After Dark.
Well, there we go. I mean, normally we're on at 7:45, but here we are at 9:30.
9:30.
So it's a little late for us, but
I mean, depending on the action, and this is solely my opinion, but I still am a little wore out from the other night. So we've got, hopefully there's a lot of action, which I think there will be tonight to keep me awake for sure.
Well, I mean, right now we have 27 drivers slated for tonight.
Stop.
Yes, sir.
27 drivers. That is crazy.
And we have 4 Canadians.
Shut your mouth. We got anybody from Australia over there?
I don't see any Australian flags, so
okay.
I think we're good.
Okay, I don't want to get yelled at again. Well, let's take it to the track. These guys are finishing up their practice sessions right now, and they've been practicing a total of almost 3 hours tonight. We're at 2 hours and 45 minutes total for the practice length, and we got about 7 minutes to go here. Let's take a look at some of the drivers we have on track tonight.
Yeah. So just looking out here, some of these cars are absolutely gorgeous looking.
Yeah.
I know I saw earlier, I don't know if they're on the track currently. I'm just going to take a look to see. So actually, the number 2 is a Tinder car.
Yep, there it is right there. And who is that on the side? Who is that?
I can't remember his name now.
What is his name? He's a meme, though. He's a meme like crazy.
He is.
That is
I can't remember what his name is, but we will get that next time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, that's awesome. Now we're just going to go through and look at some of these guys here. Now, we are going to be using car numbers tonight. We're going to be referring to these guys as car numbers. And as you look on the left-hand side, we do have it showing in the timing tower. So you can see who we're referencing. You can just associate the number with the name. And because we are new to the league, we're having to learn everybody. So you keep it strict tonight. We're going to look at car numbers only.
Yeah. Now, I know one car you don't really want to look at.
Which one?
That's going to be the 666.
Oh, no.
Although it is a beautiful looking car.
Yeah, I mean, I did see the Grim Reaper right there, but, maybe the 666 can go like 999 in the future or something.
Maybe. We'll just flip them upside down.
There it is. Let's take a look at Nicolator here. He's actually one of the league admins that we've been in contact with. Nick, I appreciate you bringing us aboard, and I hope we show out this league as much as we can for the next 12 weeks, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we are excited because, I mean, we've never done, as you said earlier, we have never done multi-class racing. And, I've kind of been a fan of it. I've been watching a lot of IMSA races and, just seeing the multi-class out on the track is really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And looks like number 42 car is coming back on track right now. That's that tender car. And it just so happens they have our in-car camera tonight, so we'll ride along with them for a little while to just see how they're taking the track.
Now, the number 42 isn't the Tinder car you looked at before.
Oh,
the number two is the other. There's two Tinder cars out here, so that's going to be the number 2 and the number 42 here.
That's going to be hard to keep up with tonight, for sure.
But I got to give him props because, I mean, the number 42, that's a Canadian boy.
Okay. Hey, you got to give credit where credit's due, right?
That's true. I was actually talking with some of the members, and it seems that some of the Canadian boys are essentially, we have an unbroken chain down the corridor of the 401 to the 40 in Quebec. So that's pretty interesting to...
That's all you. I think you just spoke some sign language there or something.
Yeah. Well, all the Canadians will understand what I am talking about. And that's all that matters.
There it is. Well, we are wrapping up practice here. And with that being said, Rob, looking at these cars, what's your favorite one out here tonight? And I'm going to debut it.
I'm just taking a look here. And, I mean, I have to give credit where credit is due. So I'm looking at the number 33. It's going to be Urko. He's one of the league admins as well. And I just love the spec map on that car.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful car.
It is a Bong Life car, and on the back it does say Puff Puff Pass. So, I mean, he's abiding by the rules at least.
At least he's abiding by the rules. But, hey, the spec mapping on that car is awesome. Maybe we need to get your United Racing Network car spec by them.
Ooh, yeah, that's true. Although they are, just one of them's not.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to find the name, but I think it was.
Actually, sorry again. The number 26. His name is Orbits Jupiter.
That's the
and
one
he's driving the
going
NASA
for.
car.
Yep, that's the one I was going for. The NASA car is. I'm fascinated with astronomy, and knowing how small we actually are in the universe. You just can't tell me that there's not other life out there after looking at the recent image that the James Webb Telescope has given us.
Yeah.
So it's just fascinating. I love it. NASA has been a big part of my life, even though I've not worked for them or done anything with them. But just seeing the stuff they put out and the research and stuff, it's incredible. So tonight, I'm really hoping that the 26 car can gain a win tonight for the league.
Yeah, for sure. And just looking at that car, it looks like a nebula on the front, and then it just kind of fades to a black hole.
Ooh,
and
that's a good analogy of it.
I mean, that's what I looked as soon as I saw that car, and I'm like, that's exactly what that is. And it just kind of brings what's really out there to life.
Yeah, there's a good up close and look of it, and it looks like there's Yoda on the back, little baby Yoda. So
that's Grogu, by the way. His name's not Baby Yoda, it's Grogu. I will fight you about it.
So sorry. So sorry. I'm sorry I offended you.
Well, I mean, I would fight you over that as well as your pronunciation of Putin.
What, Putin?
No, Putin. Come on now. We've had this discussion before. As the number 75 just went hard into the wall there.
Yeah, he did. All right, looking at these times now, our best time tonight belongs to the number 64 car. That car has pushed a 146.17, and right behind him in the number 10 car has pushed a 146.31. So there's a little bit of a gap there in times.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, but mind you, from our first place car to our 25th place car right now, there's only like a 5.5 second difference between them.
Yeah.
But when it comes to road racing, 5 seconds isn't all that much.
No, 5 seconds is not a lot. Now, we do have a 15-minute qualifying session tonight, and as these guys go out on their outlaps, actually, it's open qualifying. That's also new to the United Racing Network. Before we go into the open qualifying, let's hear a word from our sponsors. All right, Rob. Well, qualifying is underway, and what are you expecting tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm expecting a lot. I'm expecting to learn a lot because this is the first series that we've broadcast that does an open qualifying.
Yes, that is true.
So it is a little different, but I'm interested to see how this works. A lot of people on the track at one time.
Yeah, it is. Total of 15 minutes, and it takes a minute to get through outlaps, and we're looking right now for any accidents, but these guys have all been doing okay. We have some off-track events already. Just cold tires there, but these guys are doing a good job keeping it off walls and stuff like that. And that's actually an Airbus A321 scheme right there from the number 50 car.
Yeah, that's Kippen CK. That's what that is.
He said he's going to probably get hurt for that one.
Maybe just a little bit. I mean, I asked him how to pronounce it. Was it Captain? Was it Capitan? Was it? But it's like Captain Crunch, just with a K.
Oh, okay. Captain Crunch. All right,
Well,
Captain.
you know why it's Captain Crunch, right? And
No,
not
I have
Captain
no
Crunch.
idea.
It's because he's not an actual captain.
But he's got the hat.
He's got the hat, but he's not an actual captain. His rank is not captain.
What's his rank?
I don't know what his rank is.
All right.
But I know it's not captain. That's why it's not Captain Crunch. It's Cap'n Crunch.
Man, I tell you what.
And there is another useless fact by Rob.
Get that right. Well, as we are on our qualifying lap now, looks like I'm looking here, looking through the field. I got to get some stuff changed real quick. There you go. All right.
Oh, okay. So, Captain is an actual captain of airplanes, apparently.
Who said
We
that?
actually, it was said in the chat.
I didn't say it. Hey, you know what? That may be true.
No. I'm talking about the actual captain.
Oh.
Captain CK.
Oh, he's an actual captain.
I think so.
Oh, that is cool as crap.
Maybe that's why he's, rocking that Air Transat scheme tonight.
For sure, as we follow along with him right now.
Yeah, so the scheme of his car is of the actual planes he flies.
That is pretty neat.
That is an interesting fact that I did not know. But now I do. And he's a Canadian boy, so I got to give him props. See what I did there?
I did.
That's a dad joke.
And so far, right now, we have, looks like it's going to be the number 79 car is showing in that first place position. He ran a 147.129. That is extremely fast here at this track. And while we get some more times in, let's go over some track facts for tonight. So this track sits at, let me find it here. I just had it pulled up. We're doing the Grand Prix. So it sits at 2.7 miles in length. The fastest lap time ever recorded was Lewis Hamilton with a 1:16. In the F1 cars, that's fast at this track. That's fast in any track, really, that's of this statute. And the fastest GT3 time at this track, let me find it here, was set by Fabian Schuler with a 1:42.952. Now, we're nowhere near those times yet, but maybe we can get down there once these guys get to racing.
Maybe.
Looking at tonight, for race info tonight, we have a total of 40 minutes and 20 minutes tonight, so that'll be awesome to see for sure. And the points are definitely going to be a factor tonight.
I have to point out something about Martin Crisp's car. Okay. If you take a look at it, on his windshield, under that Mobile One banner, it says Extra Crispy.
I do see that.
I love that.
Sponsored by SimCity Racing. I like it. These guys have put out some fantastic times so far. Really, really competitive. I mean, between first and fifth, really, it's all less than a second.
Yeah, it's 7/100ths of a second, so that's or 7/10ths of a second. Sorry.
So definitely going to be interesting to see how these guys do on this tonight.
And Martin Crisp has actually posted a 1:47.01.
Oh wow! I know he was sideways there.
Oh, as we get the number 39 car going around. The Aver?
Got a few cars going around here. Looks like Eric's went off track here. The number 33. Oh, that's the one he was talking about. He just kind of slides off into the sand there. Also, looks like number 2 car has crashed. Looks like they may have just stopped on track though.
Yeah, just looking at some of these cars, the designs on them are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, one of my favorites was the Jupiter car, or the NASA car, the number 26 car. One of my favorite cars out there tonight, and he's actually sitting 8th right now. He's on the outlap right now, so let's see if maybe he can get out there and push in some better times.
I've noticed there's 3 or 4 cars that are running the RSC theme.
Where's one of them?
So it's going to be, hold on here. It's going to be the number 4. He's rocking a silver RSC car. I saw other ones here. I'm just trying to look through them real quick. As well as the number 45. The number 80, nope, not the 84. And the number 27.
So I wonder if they're all sitting there with looking for some teammate help tonight. If they're rocking the same scheme.
It looks like they're racing the same scheme, so they may be under the same team. Actually, we did get a little bit of information about the team, so let's just see if I can confirm that suspicion. I'm not sure if I see it all, but I don't see RSC anywhere, so they may just. Their team is a 2. Okay. So there are teams out here.
But they're all on just 2 teams basically.
No, so there's teams of 2. Like, you know what I mean?
No, not really, and I don't know if the fans are really getting that either.
So there's teams of 2. So 2 drivers are on a team.
Oh,
There are multiple teams, but there's also some solo teams out there as well.
I got you. So when they do like team racing,
Yeah.
do they do that with this league?
2 people per team, multiple teams.
I got you. I got you. So it's kind of like rallycross racing, right?
A little bit.
Okay. I got you. I understand.
You got it now?
Kind of.
So like the number 84 and the number 64 are on the same team.
I got you. As we follow along with the number 64 right now.
Yeah, he posted a fast time of 1:46.62, so he overtakes Martin Crisp
Yeah, that's a
in
fast
that first
lap
position.
time.
Yeah.
There's his teammate right there, Joshua Spears in the 84 car.
So we do apologize, guys, for the first couple of races as we try to learn all the drivers and their numbers. But the thing is, we'll just get better as we go. But we are happy to be here with J2i.
Yep, I'm looking forward to these next 11 weeks with this team or with this league. They've welcomed us in with open arms, and we're going to try to put on the best show as we can for them. Show off these beautiful machines racing, being raced by awesome drivers. As we can see, there's not been a lot of upsets.
No, there really hasn't. Yeah. I'm sure there's still upsets to come.
Oh yeah, definitely. The first entry, the first corner is going to be interesting to see. Now, everybody watching the stream right now, if you hadn't already, make sure you post this everywhere you can. Get some more people in to watch. I'm excited to see where this is going to take us. Just for anybody that's watching that's brand new, we do post our stuff to YouTube. So if you go and look in the About page, you'll see our YouTube channel that basically it's like our archive of events and stuff. So that's interesting. You can go back and check those out. Watch them anytime you want to. They're not going anywhere unless YouTube takes them down for some reason. We also have an Instagram page. You can go check us out, United Racing Network on Instagram. We post after each race, maybe the day after the race. But we do get pictures up, are posted and everything. And we also have a TikTok page. Rob, did you know that?
I did know that. I was actually looking at it this morning.
Now, we only post twice on that, maybe 2 times a week, or maybe 3 times a week, because it does take a little bit to get those videos edited down to TikTok standards. So, but you know, you do something crazy in the race, you're going to get featured.
Yep.
So, just want to take a second to thank our back-end production, Jacob Burton, for handling the chats, handling everything on the back end. And you know, this is going to be an exciting race. And just to shout out some of our sponsors we got tonight. Of course, we have the league itself, but we also have an energy drink that we've partnered up with called W Energy. So you can use our coupon code URNW at the checkout, or you can just click on this link that we're about to send you. Exclamation point W. You can click on that link, and that pops up, and anything you put in your cart, the 10% code automatically gets applied. And that money that's used from the coupon comes straight back to the league or to the network.
Yep.
And the final one, the main one of the night, is JP Alfonso Studios. Now, he has been a godsend to us, helping us with all sorts of stuff when it comes to iRacing. He's helped us with some banners. He's helped us with some content purchasing. So he's a tattoo artist out of Atlanta. So go check him out. You can go to jpalfonsostudios.com for all of the stuff you need there. So,
And he does some amazing work.
yeah, he specializes in black and white. So,
Yeah.
go check him out.
As we're just finishing up the last minute of qualifying, and then we will get into our racing here. Right now we have Dickinson with a 146.6, followed by Martin Crisp with a 147.01, Austin Farr with a 147.13, and we got Penderperson with a 147.18.
Yep,
So
driving that number 44 Porsche. We're actually following him right now.
And yeah, we got 3 Canadians in the top 10. So
That's nice.
I love it already.
A bit. As we get ready to go into our heat number 1, that is going to be our 20-minute race that we talked about. So don't get confused. It's not a dirt track heat race.
Nope.
It's a 20-minute sprint and a 40-minute sprint after this one. So these guys will get lined up here. We're going to go through the grid of this first heat. All right, starting in that first position is going to be the number 64 car that's driven by Dickinson. The numbers, and I don't condone any of that. You know what? Actually, take that back. These names are a little weird from what we're used to doing. We're going to call them out. You're going to see them on screen. And these match drivers, whatever. So, Rob, take us away with it.
All right, so we got Dickinson in the pole position, followed by Martin Crisp in the 157. In third, we got Austin Farr. Fourth, we got Penderperson. Fifth, we got Franco. Sixth, we got Kippen CK. He's gonna yell at me for that one. I know he is. Seventh, we got Squillum in the number 6. Eighth is Beaver in the number 10. In the ninth position is the number 26 of Orbis Jupiter. 10th, we got You Know Who, or You Know a Who. There we go.
Man, this is going to take a long time to learn these names.
In the 11th position, we got the number 666 of Bob. In the 12th position, we got Ton Low. 13th, Rosadon. The 14th position, we got Avovoom.
I'll take it back, Rob. We're not going around the track. This is a standing start. We're racing.
Oh, there we go.
We are racing. Like I said, we'll get it in a minute, guys. As they take turn number 1 perfectly here. Looking back through the field, these guys are they took that turn perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of astounded because
that was a tight turn.
It was a tight turn, and we got 29 cars on track right now. So it's wow.
Yep, 2 cars did not grid. It's going to be the number 16, number 178 car did not grid, but 27 drivers. It's a lot.
It is a lot, and I'm pretty sure this is our biggest field for a GT3 style race.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like the number 64 is getting a little bit of pressure put on by Austin Farr and the number 79 car back here, but it's not really letting him affect him. He's only gained about a second, almost a second over the number 79 car. So let's see if they can get a pass here coming up soon in these corners. But everybody's kind of filed out here. Look, right now everybody is doing really, really well, and I'm actually astounded by how many A classes there are.
Yeah, it's
mind-boggling, really.
It really is. I mean, this just shows the dedication these guys have to racing. I mean, I know myself. I believe it's next week or the week after, I finally get my A license. And
I'll rub it in.
yeah, and actually, seems we may have had a crash, but I think he just went off track here.
I'm getting multiple indications of it. Let's go back and look at it. Going down into turn 1 here off the hill. Like he's going in for a... Oh, he just looks like he locked him up.
Yeah. He just misjudged the braking zone there and locked him up, trying to keep out of everybody else.
So looking here, we've got everybody filing out, and we don't really have any big position battles as of yet. But this race does count towards points, so when we get closer to that number 20-minute mark, we're gonna start seeing some passes being made.
Yeah. And what I find really interesting about this group so far is because every other series that we've broadcast like this, the number 1 position just takes off.
But that's not happening here.
But that is not happening right now. You know, Dickinson is followed closely by Austin Farr by only 0.8 of a second, but they're followed closely by Franco in the 3rd position by only 3 seconds.
Well, let's not talk about this big group right here between 4th and 8th. All these guys are really within striking distance to make passes. I mean, they could dive bomb a corner and get that position, depending on if they set it up right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this race fares when we reach that, even the halfway mark, who is still leading and if there's any mistakes being made. The word that the number 30 cars went off track again. Same corner.
Well, I just heard a crash. So we got the number 3 and the number 20 that have crashed.
Oh yeah, big crash here. Let's set it up here.
This looks like the 3 was trying to slow down, but he wasn't able to get slowed down in time to keep out of the back of the number 20.
Everybody does a good job staying off of one another, and they get it turned around really quickly and going back in the right direction. We do have some pit stops already being made. That looks like 976. Car is driving 976, 976 car actually. He's pitted, so I'm not real sure if these guys are having to deal with any fuel strategies. Rob, do you know any information on that?
Call again or say again, sorry.
Do you know if these guys are having to deal with any pit stop strategies, or is it just straight racing?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's just straight racing. I will get that confirmed for the next race, though. So, but with it being a sprint, I'm sure they won't have to worry about fuel all that much.
No, but them endurance races, I know that's going to be part of the issues because I know they're going to have tire changes and stuff like that happening. I'm really excited for the LMP race next week, for sure. All right, thank you, Cyclone, for the information there. So we're getting told that the first race should be just straight racing, and the second race you will have to pit.
Okay.
So that's interesting to know. We'll know that for future. And the guy in 14th is not me, obviously.
Well, I mean, it's Joshua Spears.
But some people just may see Spears and be like, oh, he's racing. But how so?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm sure you could broadcast and race at the same time. It may be a little difficult, but
we have a battle right now between this group of guys right now. You can see the battle happening. There's 4, 5, and 6 cars involved in this battle.
Yeah, I am absolutely loving this so far. Like, nobody has really pulled away with everything.
The only really cool way is between 27 and first.
Yeah. And we actually got word that AJ has crashed in the number 45 car. Yeah, the car just gets a little upset on those sausage curbs, and away he goes for a ride.
Yeah, but he does get it out of that predicament pretty easy. The 976, he's currently holding that last position in 27th, so it's not looking very good for him right now, but you know, there could be something that happens up there in the front that causes some stuff to change, so maybe we'll see.
This is true. And actually, the number 14 car is crash as well. It's going to be the number 14 of Kudata. I apologize if I butchered that.
Yeah, it looks like he just cut it wider out there and couldn't get it slowed down.
So he cut it wide, and then when he comes into the next corner, the brakes may just be a little too
hot.
A little too hot.
And in them situations, Rob, the way you fix that, just push your corners back a little bit. That'll help slow everything down. And you know, I'm still trying to learn the science behind that because you're still braking, but I guess you're not braking as much.
When he actually goes off track again, this time
I've got a big accident here happening.
Yeah, it looks like the number 2 just kind of locked him up.
It collects 3 or 4 cars involved in that one.
And teammates.
Yeah, they are. So we'll check on the leader here. There's still a battle for first. I mean, it's that interval has not changed at all.
No. It is crazy to see these guys and the thing is, you know, third place isn't all that far behind. All these first 2 have to do is just make a small little mistake, and then boom, third's right on them.
Yeah, third's right on them, and I mean, you have basically the rest of the pack because behind third is the rest of the field. So. There are some of the guys. We do have 2 guys on pit road now. It's going to be Joshua Spears and Long Island Nerd in the number 2 car.
Yes, the number 2 was the one that was in that incident there, and it looked like the number 84 grabbed tires there as well. He may have just forgot to check them off, and he might have some words for his crew chief later.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be far behind.
Not the crew chief. It'd be the engineer. Sorry. Different terms for different races.
There you go. So I just want to point out, iRating in iRacing is something that is extremely hard to get.
Yeah.
It falls really quick, and you can gain it really quickly depending on your driving. And these guys have some of the highest iRatings I have seen.
Oh, so it looks like we had the number 3 car crash, and he collected somebody else there. Would have collected the number 7.
Yeah, he couldn't get it slowed down. It looks like they have the healing damage on. Not seeing too much.
I don't know if they do.
Check out the weather here. Track temperature still 101 degrees. Tires are screaming a little bit from that.
Yeah, they'd be screaming a little bit, but all these guys have to do is, you know, just back their corners up just a touch, and you know, they'd be able to save them. But I mean, with only 20 minutes of racing, I mean, really, how much do you have to back these corners up?
I mean, you are right. I mean, we are past the halfway mark now in this first sprint, so it's going to be interesting. When we go into the first sprint, we will have a 10-minute warm-up, which we are going to put you into side-by-side mode, which is basically, I want to explain that ahead of time. It's where we're going to run a Twitch ad that just pops up. If you're not a subscriber, it pops up, puts our channel in like a little window for you to see it. And we're going to do warm-ups without commentary until the end. Trying to give myself and Rob a break here and get ready for the big race, the big 40-minute race. So
Yes, sir.
looks like there's a position battle for fourth here.
Going to be for third.
Oh, yeah, fourth is fixing to overtake third. But I'm looking back here at the number 10. That's a battle to watch. Side by side right now. Oh, is it touch? They do touch, and the 99 gets turned right here. Oh, it looks like he locked him up there and just went right into the side of the number 50 car and couldn't slow down.
Looks like the number 30 crashed as well.
Yep, we're looking at that right now. We're going to see what happens here. Oh, it looks like the number 99 was still out there.
Oh, he just tries to get it locked up, but
That was one of them
unable to
blind corner
avoid him.
crashes right there.
Yep. And there's quite a bit of damage on the front left, the front left of that car. You can see the nose pushed in a little bit. I wonder if the camber's off a little bit.
I'm not real sure. We can take a look, see what they're showing on the inside there. It does look like it is slightly. He's not having to fight that car too much, and we've only got about 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. So, but now the position battles between the number 99 and number 17th and 16th. The field here. Here's a position battle for the 19th position between AJ and Dean. Oh, as we have somebody else going off track right behind, entering the front stretch. The number 3 car again. He's having to wheel that car around now.
Yeah, he's had some tough luck today. This is, I believe, his third crash.
Yeah, he didn't get it to the wall there. It didn't look like he kept it straight for the most part. So he will lose positions with that, though. And we're less than 5 minutes to go here, so we're going to see Farr start making some moves on the number 64 car, Dickinson.
As we got two Canadian boys battling here for the third position between Martin Crisp and Franco.
Yeah, and these two were battling earlier. They were almost side by side, but it looks like they may be making some moves here to get back side by side, entering the turn up before the front stretch here.
Right now, Martin is just hoping he had DRS, but
Yeah, tell me about it.
as he dives to the inside.
But he doesn't have enough room to make it there. But there is another position battle right behind him for the 5th position. Technically, I guess you could call it a position battle for 3rd because all of them are in the fight now. And Martin Crisp, he's done a good job tonight maintaining his position. And he's also one of those guys that his I rating is absolutely through the roof. He's almost at 6,000. He's at 5,559 in I rating tonight. That's unbelievable.
Wow, that is. Especially with the way some of these guys, like some of the lobbies work. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. I mean, you and I both know how bad those open lobbies actually are.
Yeah, yeah, you ain't kidding. And league sessions, unfortunately, doesn't count towards that.
Yeah.
In a way, I wish it would, but then people could farm it all night long and get stuff. So there's a position battle for first here. As Dickinson finally got about a second ahead, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to maintain that. As we enter 2 minutes to go here, should be 2 laps to go right here at the line. Should be.
Should be with it being a minute 46.
And they've dropped about a full second off their fastest lap time on this track. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in 40 minutes.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe we'll see a lot more distance between the guys, but I don't know. The way they've been driving for this 20 minutes, it's going to be interesting to see actually as Martin Crisp has taken over that third position just barely.
Barely. We're watching the battle right now, side-by-side action. The number 74, the number 157 car are battling hard for that third place position and a podium for the end of this first sprint. We have a minute to go. It looks like Crisp is going to fall back now to about 7/7 of a second back now. But back right behind him is a position battle. It looks like it may turn physical here in a minute. The way they're driving, we are 1 lap to go here at the line.
And Dickinson's pulled out to about a second lead now. Now, is that going to be enough? Mind you, he is encountering lap traffic now, so...
Lap traffic as that white flag flies. Ted has followed us all the way over from the States, so he's waving like crazy, getting these guys 1 to go as we reach the minute 20 mark. And lap traffic does a good job getting out of the way right there if you didn't see that.
Yes, we've actually had a crash between the number 33 and the 30, it looks like. Looks like the 30 couldn't slow down in time, give him enough room, and gets into the back of him there.
Yeah, gets into the back of him. We're going to go back and watch that front because it looks like there is a little bit of a battle happening. Looks like a position battle. He's knocked it down to a half a second. Is it going to be enough here?
Hard to say. They got more lap traffic ahead of them.
Do have more lap traffic. The 976 car's right in front of them, but is he gonna be the reason that Dickinson loses the position? We'll see here as we get close. We're coming down to the final few turns here, so can Dickinson hold him off here?
It's hard to say. He's far as close that gap to about 3/10 now, and as they're coming around lap traffic, he makes a move to the inside. But is it going to be enough coming to the last corner before we get to the straight?
Is this going to be a photo finish for this?
It might just be.
Side
as
by
we come
side.
down the line.
Oh,
they touch.
Thor got it. He got it by 3/1000ths of a second.
Wow.
We're going to watch this here. This is the interior cam. They bump. Oh, yeah, he barely got it, and the nose cam was ahead. Barely got it there.
Oh, as we just had the number 2 crash and went upside down.
We're going to go to the booth for just a second, Rob, if you will.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man. That was absolutely crazy to see that. You know?
That was an amazing finish. I mean, we've seen finishes that close. Actually, no, we haven't. Not that close.
No, not that close. I mean, we have with the other group that we were with, but that was. I mean, I'm trying to get a good view of it here. Oh, we can't because it just swapped sessions.
Yeah, we're gonna have to save that and send that to
Yeah.
iRacing Top 10. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is for sure. Well, as these guys get ready, are they going into the warm up session now? We're going to just take about a 5 to 8 minute break. So we'll see you right back here as soon as these guys get out and ready to roll here. All right, we'll be back here in about 5 minutes, guys. Well, Rob, I got my drink. I've got my little thing of popcorn sitting next to me. You ready for 40 minutes?
Oh, of course I am.
What was you going to say?
I mean, I said, did you run down to the concession stand?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I popped it back here in the theater room we got behind us.
Alrighty. I didn't know we had a popcorn machine back there, but
I just stuck it outside in the Budapest heat there and popped it that way.
I gotcha. So now, something different about this feature is the top 8 finishers from the sprint will be in reverse order.
Ooh.
Everybody else will be in their finishing position. So what that means is 8th position is going to go to the first position, and so on and so forth.
So you're telling me that the first, where they finished in the 20-minute sprint, that's their running order for the 40-minute race, except for the top 8 getting reversed?
Correct.
Okay.
So from 9th all the way down, where they finish is where they will start. But the top 8 will be inversed.
Nice. So it looks like Austin Farr and who was the other one that was up there with him?
Dickinson.
They're both going to fight for the field now.
Yeah, so Dickinson will start 7th. Austin Farr will start 8th.
Yeah, because of that close finish there with 3 1,000ths of a second finish there. That was unbelievable.
Now, that's just from what our live timing has said. So it may be even closer than that once we look into it from iRacing.
Yeah. Yeah, you are correct right there. And it'll be interesting to see where we go.
Yeah. So when we line up for this grid, we're going to have Captain CK starting in the pole position, followed by Orbis Jupiter in second, Tonlow in third, Beaver in fourth, Penderperson in fifth, Franco in sixth, Dickinson in seventh, Austin Farr in eighth.
Yep, and it looks like Martin Crisp is going to be in ninth. Black Bob driving the 666 car is going to be in 10th. 11th is Bar South. And Nicolator is going to be in the number 12 position now. We do have they're gridding now, so it's fixing to start. So we're just going to leave it there. I'll go through the rest of it here and let you guys see it on screen, but we're fixing to get ready to go green.
Absolutely, for 40 minutes here at Hungaroring. I'm excited.
Somebody didn't grid.
It looks like Beaver missed the grid, it looks like.
Yep, Captain CK did get passed up there by Orbis Jupiter and Franco.
Yeah.
Good to see the number 26 car leading. He was mine and Rob's one of our favorites in practice.
Yeah, and Dickinson and Austin Farr have already moved up. Dickinson's now in the third position. Austin Farr in fifth now. And actually, it looks like we had a crash involving 3 drivers.
Oh, the live time is moving so quick, I can't keep up with it. It looks like everybody's just breaking up out there, and they just couldn't get anything stopped.
Jump back here. Dickinson's already moved up to the third position, and he's right behind Franco.
Yeah,
just waiting for a moment to pass.
He's out for blood, though, Rob. You know why? Because 3 1,000ths of a second, that was his race the entire time.
It was, and yeah, he's looking to have that win, especially for the feature. I mean, wouldn't you? You just ran 20 minutes and lost by 3 1,000ths of a second.
Yeah, but you know the only lap that you're supposed to lead is the last one, right? So
yeah, that is true. That is true. Oh, we've had another crash as well. Back there on the back stretch, or on the front stretch you saw.
Yep, I'm trying to find it here.
Looks like the number 27 just got around. I'm hearing crashes all over the place right now.
Yeah, it looks like he just got loose, and everybody does a good job avoiding him there. Oh, wow. That's splitting the Red Sea if I ever seen it. Well, in this case, the Black Sea, but...
And Dickinson's now moved up to the second position, and he's right on the tail of Orbit's Jupiter here.
Yeah, we were 4 wide back here in the back. We were, well, 2 wide, 2 cars deep. That's not something you don't really see in IMSA racing too much.
We just had another crash with the number 2. Looks like he just got a little hot there, and
He's already got some damage on the front too. Yeah, he looks like he hit the sausage fingers a little bit. I mean, sausage curbs, my lord.
you're thinking about food, aren't you? That popcorn's doing something to you.
Yeah, it is. Tell me about it. And you're right there. Dickinson is all over the rear end of Orbis Jupiter here, and he may be making a pass here soon, because if he can get up there and get that position, then he just has to protect it and maintain it. But sometimes driving through your rear view is a little hard at times.
A little bit, yeah. And we've seen it before in many races. You know, that guy in that front position, once you get pressure on him, you know, they're constantly looking in the rearview mirror, and it opens up that little room for error that Dickinson needs to make that pass.
We are following this battle very closely up here in the front, but looking through the field here, we do have a few more battles. One between Franco and Martin Crisp is very big right now. The interval is less than a half second.
And Austin Farr has moved up to the third position, so he's going to try and start reeling Dickinson in. So maybe we'll have a repeat of that 20-minute sprint that we had.
Yeah, and looking at the replay, there was contact on that last lap, going to the last corner there, so maybe talking at the haulers after the race for sure.
Maybe just a little bit. Now these guys will have to pit during this feature.
Oh, and Erico and Beaver have both wrecked. Oh, it looks like the 75 just got into him and turned him around there. You know who has wrecked as well, coming off pit road.
Wow. Dickinson has crashed as well. DCR 5.
Oh yeah, he didn't break him well through the corner. He still maintains that first position though.
Yeah, but that opens the door for Austin Farr to take that position from him. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. He has closed that gap.
But we see this is a very familiar picture, except for Orbis Jupiter being up there in the front position. But now he's got a good lead of about a second and a half. Looks like the number 64 car is catching Jupiter there, but it's still not enough to get that first position. And Austin Farr is looking to make a move too, but I mean these guys are only 7 minutes into a 40-minute race, so
Yeah, this is true, but now Dickinson and Austin Farr have the benefit of the draft, though. So when you get into these long straights, they're going to be able to, push a little harder to get to Orbis Jupiter. And I mean, clearly we can see it because they've closed that gap from a minute or a second and a half down to about 7/10 now. Oh, and Franco has actually crashed.
Yeah, Franco actually went back and watching. Right there on live screen there.
And there's a little bit of contact with Martin Crisp. And just gets sent around.
Yeah, Martin Crisp looks like he locked it up going through the corner. And that's been a familiar spot where people locking the cars up tonight.
Yeah. Now Dickinson has closed that gap to about 5/10 now. So now he's within draft range of those cars. So, once we get onto these...
But so is Austin Farr, though.
Yeah, that is true. So once these guys get on the straights, they'll be able to close that gap quite a bit as we come down to one. But it seems that the gap is maintained. Hasn't really been closed all that much.
I don't know, looking at between second and third right there, that is a position battle. They both have gained 5 positions tonight to be where they are, and Orbis Jupiter has got a handful between Dickinson and Austin Farr tonight.
Oh, as he locks it up.
Locks it up, and it looks like Dickinson is going to maintain or take that position, and Orbis is just going to slide right in behind here, and the corner, he quartered him well. And the race is on between second and third right now.
I mean, it's only 0.2 of a second. So, I mean, really at any point, as he comes to the inside, is he going to have enough to keep that position? I don't think he will.
Just for crossover
coming around
here.
this corner, so he does.
He does not get the crossover, and he's going to tuck right in behind the number 79 car of Austin Farr, and it looks like Austin Farr is going to have that position closed out. But how long can he close it out? Orbis Jupiter is looking to take that back. And now it sets the same picture as it was in the heat race. Dickinson in first, Austin Farr in second.
With only 10 minutes gone of this race, so we got another 30 minutes of racing.
With a pit stop.
And with a pit stop. So, I mean, normally when we've done these 40-minute races, we've seen the leader just take off and be, 30-some seconds ahead. But that's not the case here.
That is not the case. The strength of field is very high tonight. I want to take a look at it here. The strength of the field average is 1.2K, meaning that's everybody's safety rating put into one number, average of all the numbers together, and that's what it is, and that's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a few 5,000s, like I was saying earlier, a lot of 3,000s, 4,000. These guys, they're doing well.
They really are. As Austin Farr looked to go to the inside, but had to lock him up because he just didn't have enough room on Dickinson.
He didn't have enough room, nor it looked like it also looked like his tires kind of locked up a little bit there.
And so, as I was saying, you know, the other guys we've dealt with and seen race, they didn't really have to worry all that much when they went into the pits because, I mean, they were 30 seconds ahead, so their pit stop didn't really matter. But now with these guys, you know, between first and sixth is only 5 seconds.
And that can be made up in a full lap, depending on mistakes and how the driver races.
Yeah, and especially with pits. So, I mean, it's going to be a spectacle to see for sure how these pit stops are going to play out.
And the position battle right now that we're going to be watching on track is between 12th through 14th. These guys have been passing each other up here all race. And looks like there's another change in position here. Looks like Dean has made the pass there. Sorry, Biker Pilot has made the pass there. So I'm severely impressed with these guys tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what to expect coming into this, but these drivers are putting on an amazing show tonight. I mean, just look at it, if that 20-minute sprint didn't say enough.
Didn't satisfy your needs for racing?
Yeah. Well, we got another almost 35 or 25 minutes here of racing. 28 minutes. 27 minutes. I'm 26. 26 minutes. Okay, there we go.
Can you math?
No, I can't right now. It's a little later than I'm used to being up, but I mean it's a hell of a race, and I'm just happy to be here.
How are you, Roger? He's in the chat tonight. Hadn't talked to you in a while, buddy.
Well, as Dickinson actually comes in for his pit stop now.
And that will give the position to Austin Farr. So pitting this early, what do you think his strategy is? To start saving?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not sure how long these cars last on fuel. So, I mean, he could be saying, hey, I'm going to pit now. I mean, his pit stop was only 8 seconds. And he's back out on the track. So, everybody ahead of him now has to stop.
Yeah.
So, is he going to have enough to last to the end of the race and, you know, overtake all these guys? But currently, he's sitting 22 seconds back from the leader. But we've seen him move through the field so much.
Yeah, and he only took fuel there, I believe.
Well, at an 8-second pit stop, yeah, he only took fuel.
Well, I don't know how long he was on pit road. I don't see it.
It's on your timing screen.
There it is. I see his name now. There he is.
Actually, AJ has crashed. Looks like he got around. There may have been a little bit of contact.
A little bit of contact with a 42 car there, just sent him around. And sends the car behind him scrambling to get away from him.
Now, this is an interesting thing brought up by chat. You know, maybe Dickinson coming into the pits early was just to get Farr out of his draft.
That could be it for sure. Because, but the question is though, I mean, Farr, we don't know if he can hold a position. You know, he only took it in the last 0.003 of a second.
Yeah.
So we don't know if he can hold the position. So we don't really understand if he can break under pressure, and we should see that coming here soon when everybody else pits.
Yeah.
8 seconds. That wasn't a lot of fuel, but that may be just enough he needs to make it to the end.
That is true. I mean, the way the fuel is delivered to these cars, I'm sure he has enough to last him to the end now.
We will see. So look through the field here. We've got some other position battles happening. Closest one I see is this one right now between the number 30 car and the number 42 car. As the 42 car locks it up, and the number 30 car of Avon Voom is going to make the pass.
Now, it'll be interesting to talk to these drivers afterwards just to see kind of what their strategy was, if it played out. And
Looks like Nick has crashed. Taking a look at it right now, it looks like he just got loose on the sausage curbs there. He does keep it out of the wall, though. Keeps that spoiler intact. So,
yeah,
the tires were a little flat spotted, but oh well.
Yeah, it looks like he touched the grass there a little bit. And, I mean, grass to these cars is like driving them on ice with slicks. So,
yeah, it doesn't work very well.
Yeah, if you're not from Canada or have driven in the snow any, slicks offer you nothing in the snow.
Well, obviously, because they're slicks.
I'm just trying to paint a picture, okay?
Okay. Whatever you say. All right, through the field right now. In first, it's Austin Farr. Second, the number 26 car, Orbis Jupiter. In third, Martin Crisp. In fourth, Tonlo. In fifth, it's going to be Squilliam. In sixth is Captain CK. Is that how?
Kippen CK.
Kippen CK. In seventh is Black Bob. Seventh is Dickinson. Ninth is Lamp. And 10th is Dean. That's your top 10 so far. Is it going to maintain that way? We'll see, because we are approaching the 20-minute mark, which means we are halfway through this 40-minute race.
This is true, and Austin Farr's extended his lead by about 2.5 seconds over Orbis Jupiter, but these guys will have to come in and pit. So when is the question?
You know, everybody has their own strategy, and thinking about strategy here, I remember these cars under a regular fuel load gets about 35 minutes worth, which is not enough to make it.
No.
So 8-second pit time does tell me that Dickinson probably did just take fuel only. Well, he had to, but
yeah,
he may have just put in just enough to make it to the end. And if that's the case, and he wins this thing tonight because of that strategy, I'm taking him to Vegas with me.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's do it. Because I mean, but mind you, we've seen it in the past where somebody is pitted early thinking they had enough fuel and they ran out on the last turn.
That is true too.
Final lap.
Roger, if you're in the chat, you'll remember that one. We were streaming that one for sure. Roger didn't do it. I'm just saying he should remember it.
Yeah. And it sucked for that driver because it was
his first win.
It was a season opener.
Yep. People are saying that he's going to run out of fuel. So we will see if he will. I'm not going to... we can't see his fuel load, unfortunately. Only he knows that information. So we're just going to have to hope that he doesn't. But for drama's sake, kind of hope he does.
Well, I'm going to see if I can actually see it here. Let's see if I can jump in and see what his fuel load is here.
Oh, Tonlo got sideways there. He actually drifted the car around turn number 1 right there. Drift Central. And the gap now between Austin Farr and Orbis Jupiter is at, looks like it's about 4 seconds now.
And just looking, unfortunately, it's not set on the dashboard of how much fuel they have, so that's only something their engineers have access to. So Dickinson has moved up to the 6th position now.
Yeah, he is making moves, and with that extra weight in the rear end right now, that is helping him maintain a little bit of grip over everybody else.
But the thing is, he's still 21 seconds back from Austin Farr. So now with the pit stops, if I'm going to try and calculate this, if they're about 8 seconds long.
Don't hurt yourself.
I'll try not to here. So 8 seconds, that'll put him at roughly 13 seconds behind.
This Tonlo hits pit road right here.
So 13 seconds behind, and then he's got to come out of pit lane. So that may take another second and a half. So it'll cut it down to about 11 seconds.
Yeah, but you got to think about. But you have to think about the slow speeds on pit road as well. How long does it actually take you to get to pit road? Now we can actually go back and take a look here at the pit lane time. And for Dickinson was 37 seconds total to get down pit lane to his pit stop.
So he may have enough. Well, he will have enough.
He'll have enough by about 17 seconds.
Yeah.
And Orbis Jupiter is looking for anything he can to get this gap that he has right now. The gap between him and Austin Farr broke down, but Austin has put it up to 5 seconds and is constantly gaining right now.
Yeah. The number 2 has crashed as well as the number 75.
I wonder if they're trying to enter pit lane.
I think the number 75 just lost it going onto the front stretch there.
And number 2 got loose in the corner as well. Does a good job keeping it off the wall and also trying to keep it out of traffic as the Austin powers it back around. Oh, and looks like we had another accident right ahead of the leaders here.
I think it's just he came to a stop because he saw the leaders coming, so he didn't want to get in the way of anybody, so he just slows it right down.
I just want to point out something right now that I just watched on replay from the number 99 car. If you want to go back and look at that, Rob, he actually stopped exiting pit road to give the people lapping him room to get out.
Yeah.
That is sportsmanship if I've ever seen it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That was sportsmanship, and I have to give my hats off to the 99 because we've broadcasted for a few leagues now, and that's the first time I've seen that. First time I've seen that.
Yeah, that is true. And, hats off to him because I know other racers wouldn't do that.
Mm-mm. You put me out at Talladega and somebody's coming off pit road and wants to get on the track, by golly, they're staying below that yellow line until I get by them.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's just the oval racer in me, though. Speaking of oval racing, if you do like oval racing, we do broadcast a different series on Tuesday nights, starting at 6:30. No, I'm sorry, 6:45 Eastern, 7:45.
No. 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern.
There it is. I get that confused. I hate time zones.
Well, unfortunately, they're not getting rid of it, so.
They are getting rid of daylight savings time, though.
This is true, and I am excited about that.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, we broadcast for them on Tuesday nights at the time that Rob just said, and next week we are going to Talladega, baby. So I'm super excited for that race. If you just like racing in general, check that out next Tuesday night at what time, Rob?
7:45 Eastern, 6:45 Central.
There you go. Back to the action here. It looks like Austin Farr still got a lead here, but it looks like he has approached lap traffic now as he approaches bar south in the 75 car. He also has two lap cars right behind him, which means Orbis Jupiter is going to have to navigate these lap cars to get around. And it looks like he is going to pit.
Yep, so now that gap between Dickinson and himself is going to close rapidly.
Yeah, we're watching right now. As Dickinson rounds out the final corner to the front stretch here. And Austin Farr has just stopped into pit lane.
And he is going to overtake.
Barely, though. But he is going to overtake. And now the strategy comes down as we approach the 10-minute mark. Or the 10-minute to go mark. With Farr having some weight on his rear end, is that going to make a difference now?
It'll be interesting, but I mean, actually, I'm showing Dickinson not even in first.
Yeah, Squillam's in first, but looks like he's gonna slow up here. I don't think he's gonna be able to hold it. Just see what I'm saying, because he's not pitted yet.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna be able to hold it. So right now, technically, as Squillam is in that first position, Dickinson will get it eventually. But is he getting it at a good time? Or is Austin Farr gonna be able to get up there and pass it? Have some last lap action like we had before.
I don't know. It's going to be hard to say. I mean, Austin Farr, we did see him about 3 seconds back from Dickinson before, which is where he's sitting now. And he was able to come out and win it. So,
yeah. As
Dickinson's actually approaching lap traffic as the number 2 gets into the wall hard.
It was a number 20. No, it wasn't number 20. Number 2, I mean. Right in front of him, too. We're actually going to ride a long board with...
so, Squillam has just entered pit lane.
There it is. I mean, he's just in the right position right there at the right time. Any closer on his rear end, and he probably would have been collected in that.
Yeah. So, as of right now, Dickinson is your leader now.
Yep, Squillam just finished his pit, and Dickinson and Austin Farr, you're back to... Are back in the podium positions.
Yeah, as well as Martin Crisp. He's got about just about a 3-second lead over Ton Lowe in fourth.
We're going to maintain this position battle up front now as we enter the final 10 minutes to see if we can figure out if Austin Farr's got enough in that car to make it to the end.
We've actually had a crash with the number 2 again, as well as the number 27.
Yeah, he just locked up going down in turn 1. That turn has gotten a lot of people tonight.
It really has.
But I mean you
it
got to
doesn't.
think it's top speed downhill.
Yeah.
And these guys have a chance to adjust their ABS as well, because so it could just be that the ABS is kicking in a little earlier than it should, causing these cars to lock up as well. There's your position battle for first right here. It's a very familiar sight. We've seen it before. Who's going to win the position battle? I mean, they've got about 3.5 seconds over or between the two, but we're entering our final minutes of this race, of this 40-lap race.
Well, actually, I don't think there's ABS in the 992s.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. I guess there's not. I mean, I'm not familiar with these cars, so I know in the GT3 series we had before they were in the cars. So
yeah. Well, they may be in the other GT3 ones, but not the 992s. I think there's 2 different classes of them. Because I remember driving that Porsche and the lights flashing at me and the brakes locking up, so there's no traction control in these things either.
that sucks. Well, these guys just become better racers over me, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no traction control, no ABS. Yeah, I'm going to be in the wall every corner.
And somebody else is up there that's familiar, and that's Martin Crisp in the 157 car.
Yeah, he's moved into that 3rd position. He's holding off Ton Low to about a 3-second lead. So.
Yeah, and he's also catching Austin Farr.
Yeah, he's not that far back from him.
And 976 is on the pit lane as right now. And you know who is in the number 7 car is in pits right now. Let's take a look at the pit stint, see how long these guys are lasting.
As we're coming to 5.5 minutes left to race.
Who you got, Rob? Because right now it's technically anybody's game.
It really is, and as much as I want to pick a Canadian boy, I'm going to have to do it. I'm still going to have to do it. I think Martin Crisp is going to be able to get up there, and I don't know if he has what it takes, but I'm praying and hoping he does.
As 976 comes out of pit lane right now, and it is going to interfere with Austin Farr right there. Slows Austin Farr down just enough to give Dickinson almost a 5-second gap now.
Oh, as we have the number 14 spin out in front of Austin Farr.
He's just kind of having it rough right now, ain't he?
Yeah, but he was able to get it off the track and keep it there.
Yeah, I can bet that spotter was in his ear. Car ahead on left, clear.
The flagmen were right waving like crazy.
Yeah, Martin Crisp is right there. I mean, he's got about a 3-second gap between him over Austin, or to Austin Farr, and Austin Farr's got another, looks like 3 seconds to, another 5 seconds to Dickinson right now. So
yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. He's closed that gap a little bit. Although
it's not enough, though.
But I don't know.
We're in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got 3.5 minutes left of racing here.
It's about 2.5 laps.
And what Chad is saying is Dickinson is beating Crisp for once. So, I mean, maybe my pick was a good one.
Who'd you pick?
Martin Crisp.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
he's a Canadian boy. I got to do it.
Okay. But he's got to overcome about 8 seconds total.
I mean, it's doable.
Yeah, if the front two guys wreck.
I mean, you never know. We still got another 3 minutes of racing. 3 minutes of racing is a long time.
Okay.
Especially on a technical track.
Yeah, well, there's a position battle right now, side-by-side action for the 8th position between Beaver and Captain Nick.
Captain CK.
Captain CK, Captain Nick, same thing.
No, it's not.
Well, Captain CK just got overtaken.
Yeah, I have to agree with chat here. You know, Dickinson's just out for a Sunday cruise as he gets a little loose there. But he's just out on cruise control, just enjoying the drive.
But does he have enough fuel?
I'm sure he does. I mean, we got 2 minutes left of racing. He's coming to the final turn. This should be the last lap.
We shall see.
The white flag is in the air.
Yep, white flag is waving for the leader right now. And Austin Farr better get a move on. He's got 4 seconds to cover in 1 lap.
I mean, I just saw Dickinson bobble a little bit as he took that corner a little wide there. So, I mean, it is possible.
It's possible.
As he's got lap traffic ahead of him as well.
Yeah, but that's still, I mean, there's a lot of, as he gets loose there. He's got a lot of variables happening right now. But, you know, I'm thinking Dickinson's got it. I really do. I think he's got it. We've got a lot of corners left, but he's navigated all of them very, very nice so far. And now Austin Farr is going to have lap traffic between him as the number 14 car got actually into an accident a while ago. As he goes off again. And Dickinson's got a few more corners there, and he's going to be the winner of this race here in Budapest. Watching here, he's down to almost 4 seconds, actually 3.8 seconds now. And there is lap traffic right here, and there's 2 wide right here for lap traffic. So, but this is the final corner. And it does look like Dickinson is going to have... Yep, he's going to have this race in the bag as he takes a checkered flag in first. Austin Farr is your guy in second. Martin Crisp rounds out the podium. Ton Lowe's going to finish 4th. Squillum's rounding out that final corner to take 5th. Orbis Jupiter is going to round out that corner as well to take that 6th position. He still finishes in the top 10 after starting first. Franco is going to be right behind him. And in the 7th position, Beaver is right behind him in the 8th position. Captain CK is going to be finishing 9th, and Black Bob is finishing 10th. That is your top 10. Wow.
Absolutely amazing racing. We're going to see if we're going to give the drivers a few minutes to get settled down and see if we can get them into radio contact so that we can give you guys some interviews here.
Yeah, the best time of the night was 147.30. And that belongs to, I'm finding it here, 147.
.147.35 is the best it looks like.
I'm showing 3.09. Well, that was a good race, guys. For sure.
We're just going to give them a few more minutes here to see if we can get in contact with them.
And Dickinson is your winner tonight. Farr and Crisp is your top three, and we're going to try to get them in to talk right now.
We did have Dickinson for a second, but he disappeared. Just see if I can find him again here. Doesn't look like I have him anymore. Oh, here we go. All right, we'll bring Dickinson in here and we'll have a chat with him.
Discussion.
All right, Dickinson, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Hey, how's it going?
Well, you lost that first 20-minute race by 3/1000ths of a second, but you pitted early and you were able to pull away with the win here tonight. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. I felt like that was a good strategy going in early. It definitely seemed like his pace was really reliant on draft, so worked out.
Yeah, you broke that away and got some distance between the two of you, and he definitely didn't have anything for you there at the end. But let's go back and talk about the 20-minute sprint that you had. What were you thinking to lose that race by 3/1000ths of a second?
I don't know where he got the grip. I saw it that whole last lap. He was gaining on me like crazy. There's a lap car in the way, and I had no idea how he was able to put down so much grip. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, he definitely, and y'all actually touched doors there finishing out that race, but definitely a show to watch, and you can go back and rewatch it when we upload it to YouTube later on tomorrow. But it was exciting all the way down to the end, and then this race, I mean, it was all about strategy, and it sounds like your strategy worked out for you the best because you did it up back in first.
Yep, totally agree there. Yeah, I wanted to get him out of my draft, see what that did. I felt like that was definitely what held him there in the first race, but wasn't 100% sure. So worked out for me in the end.
There you go. Any sponsorships or any fans you want to shout out to tonight?
I got my own little team up from Motorsports, but I just got sponsored by SimCity Racing. So shout out to them, Martin Crisp in the interview waiting room. He's actually one of the team principals over there. So yeah.
I like it. Well, good job on the new sponsorship, and every time we talk to you this season, make sure you give them a shout out.
Will do.
All right. I appreciate it. All right, so it doesn't look like we have Austin Farr out here, but we can talk to Martin Crisp, who finished third here tonight. And Martin, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Hey, Rob, doing well. Yourself?
Not too bad. Well, I mean, it's great. First race with you guys, and we got a Canadian in the top three, so I couldn't be any more happy.
Are you Canadian as well?
I am.
Where are you based?
Out of Ontario. So
yeah, me too. Good for you, man.
Fair enough. So, tough fought battle tonight, and you did absolutely amazing. You were only about 4 seconds between you and Austin Farr for second, but how did the car feel tonight, and what was your strategy going into this?
Well, I'll have to blame Sean for talking to me about an hour and a half ago, and saying, "Hey, you want to do this race tonight?" Like, I don't drive P Cup ever, so I'm a P Cup virgin, and it clearly shows in my pace. But I was getting the hang of it, maybe a little, but I still have a lot to learn. It's a hard car to master. But I want to, first of all, apologize to Franco. I just looked at the replay, and I ended up taking him out in one of the corners. I locked up an inside wheel, so my apologies to Franco for that. I deserve whatever penalty is coming my way, but I certainly deserve a penalty for that.
Well, that's something you don't see every day. That's the second time I've seen sportsmanship out of this league, and the reason I say that is some of the leagues we broadcasted for didn't show any sort of sportsmanship at all. We even seen some guys stop out of exit a pit road and let some people by before he took off, and so seeing that it brings joy to my heart, knowing how, I guess, toxic some of the guys on the official side can be. So thank you for that.
Yeah, and this is a nice, friendly, relaxed league, which is why I do it. To be honest, it's just fun. It's just, there's no stress. It's just you go out and have fun, and I just feel bad that I ruined Franco's race. I don't like doing that at all. So sorry about that, Franco.
Well, I'm sure he'll accept the apology and probably bring it back to you next week when we go to the endurance races. Now, one final question I got for you,
Yeah.
Mr. Crisp. What do you have to say to your fans tonight and your sponsorships?
Well, I don't know if I have any fans, but I'd like to thank my team, SimCity Racing, and Jordan and Monster and a bunch of others that help our team. We're just a brand new team. Like we're about 6 months old, and we're trying to build up a good, solid team to go do some endurance racing. So we're actually preparing for Daytona this weekend, and I decided to take a break from the practice and come do this.
There you go. Well, good luck to you this weekend at Daytona, and good luck to your team overall. Rob, you got anything else for him?
No, just you said you're a P-Cup version, but all you have to do is be consistent, and that's exactly what you did tonight, and it paid off with a third place finish tonight. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning this car, and this is a great series for me to learn it. So that's a motivation for me to keep doing it for sure. And it's just a fun bunch of guys. So thanks, Andrew and Rob, for doing what you do. Appreciate it.
Yep. Well, I really want to end on one note. You do have a fan, and they're in the chat right now saying, I'm a fan of Martin. So you do have a fan out there.
Thank you.
There you
Cheers,
go.
boys.
I appreciate it, Martin.
All right, take care.
All right, and it looks like we might have Austin Farr. I'm not sure, but we'll pull him up and see. I know it's a little backwards, but we'll go ahead and talk to him. Austin, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Loud and clear, man.
All right. Well, that 20-minute sprint, you were able to pull it off by 3/1000ths of a second. But unfortunately for the 40-minute feature, you weren't able to get there. But you finished second. You got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. I don't have a lot of experience in this car on this track. I was just going off pure instinct, and I'm really glad that I ended up doing as well as I did, especially in the feature race. Can't say I'm not excited about that.
Yeah, so I just want to ask you a simple question here. 3/1000ths of a second. I know you probably wanted more than that, but a win's a win. What was going through your mind when you got side by side with Dickinson out of the last few corners?
Yeah, I was chasing him for pretty much the entire race. I knew I had to minimize my mistakes and figure out where he made his or might make his. I tried a dummy there in the second to last corner. Looks like it worked because he ran wide, and then of course the lap car was there as well. And then I had enough speed going into the final corner, stuck it to his outside, and luckily I was able to get on the gas before he did on exit there and beat him to the line.
Yeah, it definitely worked out for you there in the 20-minute race, and now this 40-minute race. Were you kind of concerned when he went into pit road at the 19-minute mark?
Yeah, a little bit. I was thinking about following him in the lap after, but I wasn't too sure about strategy for this sort of thing, so I just kind of made it up as I went along. Next time, I'll definitely think about fuel a lot longer than I did this time. Probably look for an undercut or overcut there instead of just running it till it dries out. But yeah, I'm not too bummed about finishing second in the feature, especially against somebody like him.
Yeah, I mean you had a good guy in third, Martin Crisp, on your rear there for a little while, and you were hawking down Dickinson at the end. So yeah, second place is definitely not a bad finishing spot for you there. And I know that 20-minute race probably had you tickled to death there. So
yeah, I'm not disappointed at all with how I ran today. It was really fun. I'm glad I came along for this season.
there you go. One final question for you. You had a few fans out there in the chats tonight, and I see some good little liveries on your car. Who are you? You want to say anything to your fans or sponsors tonight?
Yeah, first I want to thank Martin Wallace for introducing me to this league. I was talking about, officials just aren't really doing it for me. I need something that's a little bit more fun, a little more serious, and he recommended this, and it was great fun. So to him, of course, everybody who runs this league, it's been great so far. And lastly, you guys for casting it.
Yeah, for sure. And you can go back and check out our YouTube channel tomorrow when this thing gets posted. and the streams also stay on Twitch a little bit, just a little bit before they disappear. So you can go back and take a look at that tomorrow whenever you're on your lunch break or whatever. So
Yeah, we'll do.
I appreciate it, Austin.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. Well, that's your top 3.
yeah, top 3. And Rob, I tell you what, man, I am excited to see what these next 11 weeks hold, and I'm really excited for next week's class racing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The class racing is going to be very interesting for sure. So, I want everybody to come back and watch. Bring some more people with you. The more the merrier in the chats. We love trying to conversate with you guys as we race along or watch along as the races happen. And next week we have class racing, LMP2, GT3 series. So
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. And, the sportsmanship of these guys
Yeah.
has clearly showed. I mean, nobody, before has come in and been like, I'm sorry for this happening.
Yeah.
And that just speaks volumes, how much these guys respect each other and how they respect racing. And it's absolutely amazing to see, and I can't wait for next week already.
Yeah. So, next week, Rob, just pull the schedule up real quick. We are going to be at the same track next week for the LMP2 and GT3, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because
Yes,
the way we were explained to it is we do a sprint series, and then that's kind of like the precursor to the endurance race. Now, the endurance race is an hour and a half long, so make sure you bring some popcorn and anything you can, and because you don't want to hop up and miss any of the action for sure.
No.
So,
No, not at all. So, yeah, I'm excited, and I wish tomorrow was Wednesday next week. So,
yeah.
So, I just want to, before we close this out, I just want to thank, everybody here for joining us tonight. I want to thank, our sponsors, JP Alfonso Studios, Dubby, as well as J2i for allowing us to broadcast this league. Because without them, we would not be here. And without you guys out there, we would not be here either. And, it's always great to share this amazing racing with you guys. And I'm just excited to see what the next 11 weeks holds.
Yep. So, with that being said, guys, make sure you leave a like and a follow, or leave a follow. I act like I'm talking to YouTube. Make sure you leave a follow for sure, because this is what we do. Tuesdays we do NASCAR with the BSC Cup, and Wednesdays now we have this. So you don't want to miss any of the action. We go live. It's all in the schedule down below, so make sure you check that out. Check our About page out. Make sure you check out our sponsors, like Rob said. And if you're feeling generous, you can leave a subscription. You can do it for free if you have a Prime account with Amazon. So that's pretty cool. Yep. So we love you guys. And Rob, I think I'm gonna take it to the house.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Yeah. With that being said, we'll see you next week, guys, for the endurance race. You don't want to miss it. We'll be live at what time are we going live for that?
It'll be 9:45.
9:45. 8:45 Central. We'll see you guys. This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and/or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.